I wanted to pop in here really quick. We're getting super close to the first week of school. I just had a great conversation with one of my subscribers named Crystal. Um, she asked me a question about crying children, and I thought, oh my gosh, I have to address this. I don't think I've ever addressed this in any of my videos. You guys, if you teach early childhood, you are going to deal with crying children, especially on the first day and the first week of school. And just like any situation, you are going to be able to handle it better if you are prepared and you have some strategies in place, or at least in your mind, that you think might work or that you know work. So I'm just going to share with you what I do and what works for me. And if you have other things that work, put them in the comments. I want to know. I mean, we deal with this all the time, and no two kids are alike. So no way of comforting a child is going to be the same for each child and each situation. So, right before school starts, I will send a letter with all the paperwork and just some things that, drop off times, things like that. And I always put in, if your child is crying when you leave, you need to hand your child over to us. We are very good at dealing with crying children. And you need to leave the building. The reason you need to leave the whole building is because a lot of times, if I can't console your child, not control, I will take them out in the hallway and walk with them in the hallway. And if you're out there, they're going to start crying again. Or I'll just, take them out, pick up something from another teacher's classroom, rub their back, talk to them. Just get them out of the classroom full of all those strange faces that might be adding to their anxiety. So if you let the parents know that right off the bat, fantastic. On your back to school night or another meeting with the teachers or even in another email, make sure that you remind them to let you know if there's like any big life changes happening that might make their child a little more emotional. It could be a divorce or separation. I don't need to know the gory details. Just let me know it's happening. A new baby, that's a big deal. Moving your house, a family member who's really sick and might be in the hospital, if your dog died, if someone in your family has passed, let me know. And that way I'm prepared to give your child the extra love, care, and patience that they are going to need during this time. And if they are supported by me at school, they're just going to feel so much more secure, and it's just going to make their life easier and the parents' life easier as well. So that's another thing to consider. One other thing that you need to consider, and you may want to remind the parents of this, some parents are not aware of this. As kids move from age 2 to age 3, they get this heightened awareness of the world around them, and they start to see that the world isn't a 100% safe place. So they're coming from a place of their anxiety being heightened anyway, and learning to cope with this new knowledge coming into their brain that the world isn't always safe. I feel the most safe when I'm with mom or dad or my grandma or whatever, and my grandma is leaving me with strange people. Strangers are kind of frightening to me. So keep that in mind as well, is that developmentally, they are becoming more aware of the world being a more scary place. And this can continue on until like ages 5 or 6. So really moving from age 2 to 3 is when it will begin, and it will just kind of continue until they find their own coping skills. But crying might be a way that they just get those emotions out right away. I like to do a lot of activities and read a lot of books about emotions and feelings the first few weeks of school as well. So as they're moving through some of these big feelings, we've got the support of maybe doing some activities or fun characters in the book that might feel the same way about being scared, being away from mom, things like that. So have those support systems worked in as well. I mentioned the strategy of removing the child from the classroom. Sometimes that's all it takes is just getting them out of there, having some one-on-one. They feel more secure with you when they go back in the classroom with you. They might stick to you like glue for a little bit, but you will be their place of comfort. So in this place that might feel unsafe or strange, you are safe, you are comforting. So that is definitely one strategy that works the absolute best for me. I have had children that cry every day, like in the whole year. And one little girl, we have like cushions or bean bags in our library area. And I finally just told her, okay, we can't cry at these activity tables, but you can cry over here on the cushions. If you need me, you can come and get me. I'm right here, but I need to watch the other kids, which is true. Okay. I am being honest and very calm and stating the facts. I need to be with the other kids and make sure that they're okay. If you're on the cushions, I can see you and I know you're okay. And you can just stay there until you're done crying and then come join us. Sometimes we all need to cry. It's okay to cry. It's a normal human emotion. It's a way of expressing sadness, fear, anger, whatever. They should feel no shame in crying, but it's just not appropriate right here, especially if you know they're okay. If you know they're okay, after a few weeks, you know they're okay. You just let them do what they need to do. Another thing that I had that was kind of unusual is I had a mom that thought if she told her child that she wasn't leaving, she was just going to sit in her car in the parking lot, that was a great thing to do. And her daughter knew she was right there, super close if she needed her. Well, that may have been okay for her daughter, but it was also not the truth. Her mom was going to her exercise class and going to Target and coming back when school was done. We went out for a fire drill and we line up in the parking lot for our fire drills. Mom's car wasn't there and she burst into absolute fits of tears, and none of us knew why. When her mom came to get her, and I'm like, I don't know if she was nervous about the fire drill. We go out before the alarm goes off so we don't let the kids have that jolt of that fear of that alarm. And her mom said, oh, it's because I wasn't there. And I tell her I'm going to be sitting in my car. And luckily, I had a great relationship with this parent. And I go, oh, so you lied to your child? And she just looked at me like, what? I lied to my child? No. And I'm like, you can't. It's better for her to know, hey, you're going to be fine here. You have so much fun with your friends. Mom's just going to go to her cycling class, and I'm going to go to Target, and I might get you something special at Target, and then I'll be right back. Problem solved. She might cry a little bit. We start playing. She's fine. We go out for the fire drill. Mom's car isn't there. Well, of course, mom's car isn't there. It's not going to be there. Mom's busy. It's okay. Parents need to know it's okay to be honest with their children, and it's okay for us to be honest with their children too. One of the greatest things that I started doing in the era of smartphones, because yes, I have been working early childhood since before smartphones were as big a thing as they are. Um, I snap a photo of their child after they are done crying and they're playing with friends and they're laughing and smiling. I snap a photo and I will text it to the parents or email it to the parents. Usually text because I never sit at a computer during my school day. Um, the parents appreciate that so much, and it lets them know not only how much you care about their child, but how much you care about them too, because the parents are a huge part of this equation. The better relationship you can have with them, the better your whole year is going to be. And if they can see, oh my gosh, I just walked out to my car and I'm already getting this picture of my child being fine, they can go on and have a much better day. They love and adore you for putting their mind at ease. You've got this great rapport building with the parent. The parent shares the photo with the child later that day. look, Mrs. Lee sent me this photo of you having so much fun. The child knows, wow, Mrs. Lee really cares about me. She's sending pictures of me to my mommy. Um, it's just one of the best things that you can do. So, guys, get the parents on board right off the bat. Have some strategies. Oh, one strategy I forgot to mention. Guys, ask for help. If you're by yourself and you have an inconsolable child, you can't pay attention to the other kids. If you have an aide, yes, you can hand that child off to the aide and you can deal with the other kids. But what if you have more than one? You guys, you need help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If the teacher across the hall is doing great, no one's crying, you can say, hey, can you like call the office? We have our hands full, and just let them know I need a helper. If they can send anyone down, I need a helper for maybe 10 minutes. Ask for help. You guys, I've been at this for 15 years. I ask for help. At the beginning, I did not ask for help because I thought I was supposed to be able to do it all. My experience has told me the best thing that I can ever do for myself and those kids is ask for help when I need it. It's going to benefit the kids. It's going to benefit me. It's going to make everything better. You are not weak if you ask for help. You are strong and smart because you know when you need help. Okay, so I hope that gives you some things to think about. Share with me anything that you use that's your go-to, because I'm always looking for new strategies to deal with crying children, behavior problems, anything like that. So I love, love, love to hear what other teachers do, because a lot of times I just put those in my toolbox too. And it gives me one more thing to make me the best teacher I can be and give the best experience to my kiddos. So thanks so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your summer. And if you're getting close to that first week, God bless you. Mine's in 3 weeks.